You ever watch one of those viral AI updates and get that feeling, that mix of complete awe and, let's be honest, a little bit of anxiety? Like the world is changing at a speed you can barely even track? Well, today we're not just going to look at the news itself. We're going to deconstruct the powerful communication formula that's used to explain it. A formula that is literally designed to make you feel exactly that way.
So it all starts with the hook, and the first ingredient is this technique I call the headline stack. Instead of easing you in, you get hit with this rapid-fire list of like 5 or 6 massive, totally disconnected events. Boom. China shatters a skill barrier with a new robot. Boom. OpenAI's secret garlic model gets leaked. Boom. A fully autonomous slaughter bot. It's a deliberate overload, and it's designed to create this immediate, overwhelming sense of acceleration before you've even had a chance to take a breath.
Okay, part 2 of the hook is all about creating what's called a curiosity gap. And they do this by slamming together concepts that feel like they belong in totally different universes. I mean, think about it. You've got a humanoid robot performing the delicate, ancient art of hand embroidery right next to the terrifying, supermodern idea of a lethal AI-controlled slaughter bot. That clash immediately creates a question in your head. Wait, how can both of these things be real at the same time? And guess what? You stick around to find out.
And finally, the hook just locks you in with what I call emotional leverage. It's not just about the facts, right? It's about the language they use. And these words are not chosen by accident. When you hear that a barrier was shattered, or that these robots are uncomfortably real, or that OpenAI declared a code red, that creates this immediate jolt of urgency. It frames the news not as some casual update, but as a critical, high-stakes event that you need to understand right now.
Okay, so you're hooked. They've got your attention. But how do they take all that chaos and organize it into a story that actually makes sense? Well, it's all about the narrative blueprint. It's a structure that guides you from that frantic opening all the way to a crystal clear conclusion.
You know, what's wild is that these high-impact explainers follow a surprisingly classic 5-act structure. It all starts with the stack, that chaotic hook we just talked about. Then it moves into the deep dive, where it focuses on one single compelling story, like that embroidery robot. After that comes the pivot, which introduces a related but totally new angle, maybe something like Figure AI's humanoid in a home. The convergence is the genius part. It's where all these different threads get tied together, revealing a much bigger theme. And then, finally, the outro delivers that final powerful verdict on what it all really means.
And the glue that holds all these acts together? It's the transitions. But these aren't just filler words like and or so. They are strategic tools. When you hear phrases like, "Now, at the time this was happening," or "then, almost at the same time," it creates this feeling of a single, synchronized global timeline that's unfolding everywhere, all at once. It makes all these disconnected events feel like they're part of one coordinated worldwide acceleration. This whole narrative is paced with this incredible, deliberate tension control. The script is constantly bouncing you between wonder and dread. First, you're shown something totally awe-inspiring, like a robot mastering a human craft, and you feel this respect for the engineering. Then, bam, you're immediately shown something ominous, like combat robots mirroring soldiers, and you get that sense of real-world consequence. It's an emotional roller coaster, and it's absolutely designed to keep you on the edge of your seat.
But here's the thing. It's not just the structure that's doing the work here. The actual style of the script is engineered to build this aura of complete certainty and expertise. The whole delivery is designed to make you feel like you're getting an inside briefing from an expert who's already connected all the dots for you.
A huge part of this is the sentence structure. It's short, it's punchy, it's declarative. Just take this quote about the V-bot robot dog selling out instantly. That's real demand, not hype clicks. See? There's zero ambiguity. This confident, assertive style leaves very little room for doubt, and it just positions the narrator as the definitive source of truth.
The vocabulary is also super carefully chosen. It's this brilliant mix of highly technical terms like O squared or sparse attention with really impactful everyday language, like punched way above their weight. This blend makes the narrator sound both deeply intelligent and totally relatable. And you gotta notice the certainty. The script almost never speculates with maybe. Instead, it presents its interpretations as just logical conclusions. The signal is clear. This whole voice of authority is built on a foundation of what we can call authority signals. These aren't just vague claims. They are specific, quantifiable data points that are dropped in to immediately back up every major point. It's a technique that just builds instant credibility and trust with you, the audience.
And you see this in practice everywhere. Every single significant claim is backed by a hard number, right away. We're not just told about a powerful model. We're told it's a 14 billion parameter model. A robot dog doesn't just have strong motors. No, it has N45 permanent magnet motors. A startup isn't just well-funded. It raised a $120 million angel round. This constant stream of hard data just removes all the ambiguity and hammers home the narrator's expertise.
All right. Finally, let's talk about the masterstroke of this entire formula, the call to action, or the CTA. Because it's not framed as a plea for engagement, it's actually the final piece of this whole authority puzzle.
So instead of asking you for likes or subscriptions, the creator offers a productivity tool, something like a guide to 10 of the best prompts. This CTA is strategically placed right in the middle, and it frames the creator not as an entertainer asking for a favor, but as a workflow expert who's sharing a genuinely valuable utility. It totally reinforces their authority and makes the call to action feel like just another piece of valuable information, not some annoying interrupt.
Look, at the end of the day, this formula is incredibly effective. It cuts through the noise and it commands attention in a super crowded space. But it does leave us with a pretty provocative question to think about. If the medium is the message, what does it mean when the best way to explain AI's insane complexity is by using a formula of structured dread and manufactured certainty? What does that tell us about the story we're being told about AI? And maybe the one we're telling ourselves?